It's a Southern Mallee Giants report, and Coleman Schache's been good enough to join us, the coach of the Giants, from off the top of his haystack out there on the farm near Hopeton. Hey, Coleman, how are you?
Yeah, good, thanks, Wayne. How you going?
Yeah, pretty good. Actually, just for everyone's benefit, he's actually got down from the haystack to do this recording. But I got to say, Coleman, how is the hay season? Obviously, clearing out some hay out of your sheds from last season's pretty good effort. Is that going pretty well?
Yeah, I thought I'd better get down from up there. A bit dangerous, but the hay, it's a slow game this year, that's for sure. So pretty slow. So yeah, I'm probably not the ideal man to be talking about what's going to happen with it though in the future though, Wayne.
That's good. Hey, look, talking about Southern Mallee Giants football though, everyone's started in Wimmera now except your club, and that's been a really tough thing for you to have a look at, I guess, in the sense of Wimmera football getting going this weekend and you not being part of that, getting the bye. How's everyone reacted to that?
No, I think everyone's just taking it in their stride, and obviously we've just got to hold the guns for another week, which is fine. We had a couple of practice matches in the lead up, and we had another hit out at training last night, just little intra hit out again. So we've prepared for the week off. The extra week off, so we'll be ready to go when we get our crack at it next week.
You certainly will be. Your practice matches, you had the Sea Lake Nandali Tigers come down and have an event at Beulah, and then you had inter-club match down at Ballarat over the weekend in a bit of wet conditions too. How did you handle those wet conditions, which probably would have been good to get a bit of a test on some of that, because you're going to be playing some football against sides in wet conditions through the season?
Yeah, exactly right. We were supposed to play Sebastopol down in Ballarat, and unfortunately they pulled out on us at last minute. So we kept with our plans. We had everything booked down there anyway, so we kept with our plans and ended up having an intra-club match. And yeah, we had, I think it was 13 aside, so we didn't get the contested hit out that we were going to get, but the boys still got a good running in, and it was wet. I was getting a few frowns, I reckon, as the boys were rocking up into 12 degrees and raining sideways. But, get us into shape for some of the winter games down south this year, no doubt.
I reckon so. How about against the Sea Lake Nandali Tigers? I know that the Tigers have unearthed some really good young players for their season over in North Central. Young lad called Cox, I reckon, might have went pretty well for them up in senior ranks, young 15-year-old. How did your juniors go in that sort of setting?
So Sea Lake, they're well drilled by Joel Donnan. They've got and you're right, they've got a younger group that they brought over to play us that day, and they're very well drilled, and they're a good young team, and I've got no doubt they'll be good for a few years to come after what we've seen from them. And it was good to get our boys a hit out, some of the young fellas. So I think we'll have 4 of the boys, as we won't have under 17s this year. I think Jaden Cook, Declan Brown, Tristan Glare, and Dilly Allen will step up to the reserves. And they've been improving our side over pre-season, so I'm actually excited to see how they go in the reserves ranks this year.
Yeah, I tell you what, with the fact that they're going to be given those spots there, and they're going to play their seasons in that competition. A few of the old blokes were a bit relieved about that when they heard that those lads were going to come up and play the whole season in reserves. I mean, potentially some may even make it into the senior side as the year goes on. Very much got a couple of old fellas in the Hopeton Hotel. They're a bit worried about having to maybe put the kid in the car, but they won't have to.
Yeah, that's right. I think Nathan Williams and a few of those boys might be happy that they don't have to pull their boots out as much as they first thought they might have to. So that'll be good.
I mean, they secretly actually want to be asked to play still, but their wives don't want them to play. So what are the point, isn't it?
Yeah.
Coleman, looking at the round ahead, the Saints have got Timbula and Minyat Matara have got the Warwick Eagles. Horsham with nil in this round of matches after Ararat had already played Stall. But just your thoughts on the other clubs. You'll get a chance to maybe have a look. Do you go down and have a look at this Minyat Recreation Reserve ground where Warwick Eagles will take on the Boroughs this week?
Yeah, so it's hard to get a gauge on. Obviously with the year off, hard to get a gauge on how everyone's going to be shaping up early. I know everyone will be excited, so it'll be probably a hot footy in the early rounds of the year, I'd imagine. But yeah, we'll definitely, there's a few carloads going to a couple of the different games just to, get back amongst the community footy. And yeah, it's good to go and watch some footy on the weekend up this way. So that's the main thing. But yeah, we'll get a look at a few of the teams, which will be good.
And chafing at the bit to get going yourselves. How about down into the kids, the under-14s, at training and so forth? It's been both at Hopetoun and Beulah. Some good numbers, and the kids look pretty excited about coming out to play this year, Coleman.
Yeah, they're raring to go, the under-14s, which is good. They're very lucky with Lewin Credlin coaching them. He's got a wealth of knowledge, as well as Dale Shannon helping out there as well. So they'll, they're running a fun program and they're getting good numbers actually. And obviously we'll have the under-14s team this year, so we'll get along to the early game and support those boys. And yeah, they're raring to go. So it'll be exciting to watch them crack in, and hopefully they're competitive in this year in the Wimmera League.
Yeah, all right. Your recruits are coming up from town, and you've got a good nucleus of your local players at Beulah and Hopetoun. It's a big season ahead for the Southern Mallee Giants next week. We'll look forward to your comments next week in the preview of your big game, your first up game against the Eagles, and we'll watch with interest the other sides go around this weekend. We'll catch up with you next week. I'll let you get back to that haystack.
Yeah, cheers for that, Flo, man. Enjoy the rest of your day.